Title: Legend of the Blue Moon. Long ago, there existed a beautiful blue moon said to possess the power to bring happiness and peace to people's lives. One night, a boy named Ryu from a small village became intrigued by the legend of the blue moon. He wished for a happy future for himself as well. While gazing at the stars as usual, Ryu began pondering the legend of the blue moon. Suddenly, an old man appeared before Ryu. With a smile, the old man asked, "Are you curious about the legend of the blue moon?" Surprised, Ryu replied, "Yes, sir. Please tell me about the power of the blue moon." The old man proceeded to enlighten Ryu about the moon's power. He explained that bathing in the light of the blue moon would cleanse negative emotions from one's heart and pave the way to a happy future. Excitedly, Ryu asked, "How can I bathe in the light of the blue moon?" With a smile, the old man replied, "To bask in the light of the blue moon, you must first know yourself and let go of the negative emotions within your heart." Deeply contemplating the old man's words, Ryu reflected on himself and made efforts to release the negative emotions within. After much time and effort, Ryu finally found peace and happiness within his heart. One night, Ryu looked up at the sky once again. The blue moon began to shine, and Ryu joyfully stood beneath it. In that moment, he felt his heart being cleansed by the light of the blue moon. Ryu's heart, bathed in the light of the blue moon, radiated even more brightly, and he became a beacon of happiness and peace for those around him. His story spread throughout the village alongside the legend of the blue moon, teaching many to know themselves and release negative emotions from their hearts. Thus, the village paved the way to a happy future, prospering through the power of the blue moon. And so, the legend of the blue moon continued to be passed down through generations, bringing light and hope to people's hearts for eternity. Title: The Lost Clock Tower. One day, a young boy named Tom, who lived in a small town, had a great love for adventure and was always exploring new places. One day, he became interested in the clock tower at the edge of town. The clock tower was a symbol of the town, and rumors spread that it harbored wonderful mysteries. Tom, full of curiosity, headed towards the clock tower. However, as soon as he entered the tower, he quickly became lost. Dark corridors stretched ahead, and he didn't know which way to go. Feeling lost, Tom decided to keep exploring with a calm mind despite his growing anxiety. He observed various elements within the tower, such as paintings on the walls and the movement of the clock's hands. Eventually, Tom found a door at the far end of a corridor. On the door, it read, "Welcome to the first step." Excited yet nervous, he decided to open the door. Upon opening the door, Tom found himself in a beautiful garden. The garden was filled with various flowers and trees, and the chirping of birds filled the air. However, more mysteries awaited him within the garden. As Tom explored the garden, he discovered clues hidden within special flowers planted in flower beds. These clues revealed that 3 keys were hidden within the clock tower, each concealed within a special flower in the garden. To find the correct keys, he needed to know the names of the flowers. Tom searched the garden to uncover the names of the flowers mentioned in the clues. Gradually, he found the names of each flower and successfully obtained the keys hidden within them. Finally, Tom returned to the entrance of the clock tower. He used the keys he had acquired to open the door of the clock tower. Inside, he was greeted with a breathtaking sight. The clock tower was filled with beautiful clocks lined up in rows. Each clock held a special meaning, and Tom examined them carefully. He was convinced that this clock tower harbored a mysterious power that allowed one to feel the passage of time. Satisfied, Tom left the clock tower and shared his adventure with the townspeople. His tale of adventure spread throughout the town, attracting many people to visit the clock tower. From then on, the clock tower became a place of relaxation for the townspeople, and Tom's adventure became etched into the town's history. Tom continued to embark on various adventures, becoming celebrated as the town's hero. Title: The Secret of the Enchanted Forest. One day, a boy named Tom found himself lost in the enchanted forest. Unlike ordinary forests, this one was said to be imbued with magical powers. Intrigued, Tom began to explore its depths. Suddenly, he stumbled upon a peculiar tree adorned with shimmering fruits. Curious, Tom reached out and plucked one, and in that moment, something strange happened. He was drawn into a world of slumber. When Tom awoke, he found himself in an unfamiliar place, a beautiful, magical forest. Trees adorned with colorful flowers surrounded him, and the sky sparkled above. He wondered how he got there and how he could find his way back. As he wandered, Tom encountered a fairy who revealed, "This forest holds a secret. To uncover it, you must collect 4 magical gems, each possessing unique powers. Only when you gather them all will the secret be revealed." Excited by the fairy's words, Tom embarked on a quest to collect the gems. Despite facing various challenges, from attacks by dark wizards to the absence of bridges over rivers, Tom persevered, refusing to give up. After a long adventure, Tom finally acquired the 4 magical gems. As he held them, the forest trembled, and magical energy surged. Though his eyes remained closed, Tom felt enveloped in a mysterious energy. When he opened his eyes, Tom found himself back in his bed at home. He pondered what had transpired. Was it all a dream? Yet, he held the 4 gleaming gems, which seemed to hold the answers he sought. Tom cherished the gems and looked forward to the day he could unlock the secret of the enchanted forest. From then on, he began preparing for a new journey of adventure, the pursuit of truth. One day, Detective John was alone at home. He found his purpose in pursuing the truth and had been an excellent detective, unraveling the mysteries of various cases. That day, John received a new case. A famous businessman had passed away under suspicious circumstances, causing a stir in society. John was tasked by the client to uncover the truth behind the businessman's death, setting out on a journey to pursue the truth. First, John visited the businessman's mansion. The atmosphere was imposing, hinting at hidden secrets. He conducted thorough investigations, gathering evidence and testimonies. However, as he progressed, John noticed that people involved in the case were mysteriously dying one after another. Their deaths had commonalities, leading him to suspect that someone with knowledge of the truth was being eliminated. Despite the dangers, John continued his pursuit of the truth. He not only collected evidence but also engaged with witnesses and individuals involved to gather information. During his investigations, John found a key figure in the case, the businessman's secretary, the only person who had contact with him before the incident. John cornered him and successfully coerced a confession. Through the confession, the truth behind the case was revealed. The businessman had been ensnared in a conspiracy by a powerful organization. His death was an assassination orchestrated by the organization, and the subsequent deaths were to cover it up. By exposing the truth, John dispelled the darkness surrounding the case. The organization was dismantled, and the truth became widely known. Through the pursuit of truth, John safeguarded peace and justice. With a renewed sense of purpose, he embarked on a new journey of truth-seeking. Title: The Magic Door. One day, young Tom from a small village discovered a magic door in his dream. This door possessed extraordinary power and could only be seen in the realm of sleep. With curiosity, Tom opened the door, revealing a beautiful magical land. It was inhabited by curious creatures and wizards, and the sky shimmered with colorful lights. Tom embarked on various adventures in this magical realm. He learned the ways of magic from the wizards, enabling him to fly and manipulate objects. However, Tom's time in the magical land mirrored the duration of his dreams, and he would return to the real world each morning. Nevertheless, he enjoyed the magical land every night in his dreams. One night, Tom encountered a girl named Emily in the magical land. She revealed that she also visited the magical land only in her dreams. Feeling the loneliness of being able to meet only in dreams, Tom and Emily searched for a way to bridge the gap between the real world and the magical land. After several days, they unraveled the secret of the magic door. A special magic stone was needed to open it. Excitedly, Tom and Emily obtained the magic stone and attempted to open the door. As the door opened, they found themselves able to enter the magical land from the real world. From then on, Tom and Emily could enjoy their time in the magical land every night in their dreams. They grew through friendship and adventures, overcoming various challenges with the power of magic. With hope that one day they might bridge the gap between the dream world and reality, Tom and Emily continued their adventures in the magical land. Title: Journey of Love and Courage. In a world shrouded by dark clouds and dominated by fear and uncertainty, there lived a girl named Arya. Despite the surrounding darkness, Arya possessed a bright and kind heart, harboring the courage to confront the shadows. One day, Arya heard a mysterious voice, "Arya, courageous one, your journey begins." Guided by this voice, Arya resolved to embark on a journey. The beginning of her journey marked farewells to her family and friends. They praised Arya's bravery and bid her a strong farewell, as she embarked on the journey of love and courage. Her first trial was the evil maze of magic deep within the forest. With courage, Arya pressed forward, believing in the power of love and hope, battling magic traps and monsters. Next, she ventured into the icy world, where cold and loneliness prevailed. To warm her heart, Arya cherished memories and words of loved ones. She thawed frozen hearts and fought to save the icy world. The final trial awaited in the Kingdom of Darkness, where fear and despair loomed. Despite the darkness threatening to consume her, Arya confronted it with courage, believing in the power of love. Her relentless battle against the darkness and its king became a beacon of hope for the people. Utilizing the power of love and courage, Arya restored light to the world, bringing back smiles to people's faces. They hailed her as a hero, expressing gratitude for her courage and love. As her journey came to an end, Arya returned home. Her journey became a source of courage and hope for the people. And within her heart, the power of love and courage would forever reside. Title: The Witch and the Knight's Fateful Encounter. In a distant land, there lived a witch of magical lineage named Elena, with beautiful black hair and azure eyes. Alongside her was a brave knight named Albert, possessing honed muscles and exceptional swordsmanship. One day, Elena was practicing magic deep in the forest, dreaming of using her powers to solve people's troubles and difficulties. However, her immature magic was difficult to control and often didn't work as intended. Meanwhile, Albert fought as a knight to defend the kingdom, admired for his bravery and sense of justice. Yet, he felt a sense of loneliness, unsure of what he truly desired. One evening, Elena got lost in the deep forest. Trying to find her way home, she encountered Albert, who entered the forest to help her. Elena tried to thank Albert by using her magic, but it failed to work properly. Despite feeling frustration and despair, Albert encouraged her, saying, "Even if your magic isn't perfect, I can still feel your spirit." Encouraged by his words, Elena regained her confidence. As they journeyed through the forest together, they met repeatedly, gradually connecting on a deeper level. One day, Albert headed to the battlefield to face a crisis in the kingdom. Elena wished to protect him but felt her magic wasn't strong enough. However, Albert reassured her, saying, "Your magic may be incomplete, but it can support my heart. That's enough." Determined, Elena honed her magic, becoming more powerful. She supported Albert in battle, successfully saving the kingdom. After the battle, Albert and Elena met again. They sensed each other's growth and decided to spend their lives together, embarking on new adventures from the fateful encounter between a witch and a knight. Title: The Ice Castle and the Eternal Winter. Once upon a time, in a certain kingdom, there existed a beautiful ice castle. The castle, along with its stunning garden that recreated the scenery of all four seasons, seemed like something out of a fairy tale. One day, there arrived in the kingdom a woman rumored to be the witch of eternal winter. She appeared with an air of coldness, draped in icy winds, and was granted permission to dwell in the ice castle. However, with the witch's power, the surroundings of the castle were immediately enveloped in harsh coldness. The garden was blanketed in snow, trees froze, and flowers withered away. The citizens found themselves at the mercy of the witch's power, unable to set foot in the ice castle. Amidst this turmoil, a young man resolved to confront the witch. With courage in his heart, the young man journeyed to the ice castle and confronted the witch. He addressed her, saying, "Why do you bring such coldness upon us? The people of this land are suffering." The witch gazed at the young man, sadness emanating from her eyes. She began to speak softly, "I once lost someone dear to me and have lived with a heart as cold as ice ever since. This ice castle is a reflection of my heart." The young man empathized with the witch's sorrow and endeavored to warm her heart. He collaborated with the people around him, striving to bring flowers back to bloom in the garden of the ice castle. Through their affection and warmth, the garden became infused with new life, and the ice castle gradually began to melt away. Witnessing this spectacle, the witch felt warmth in her heart for the first time. She expressed her gratitude to the young man and brought an end to the eternal winter. The snow around the ice castle melted, trees budded, and the garden was rejuvenated with new life. Joy enveloped the citizens, and the young man was hailed as a hero. Thus, the ice castle regained its beauty, with the scenery of all four seasons flourishing in the garden once more. Inspired by the change in the witch's heart and the beauty of the ice castle, people learned the importance of love and warmth. Since then, the story of the ice castle and the eternal winter has been passed down through generations. People have cherished love and warmth in their hearts, striving to melt the ice within, and the ice castle has become a place safeguarding eternal beauty and hope. Title: The Revival of the Sleeping Beauty in the Enchanted Forest. Once upon a time, in a kingdom far away, there lived a beautiful princess named Aurora. Her beauty was renowned throughout the land. However, Aurora had one sorrow: she could not fall into a deep, peaceful sleep like that of the sleeping forest. One day, Aurora sought the help of the kingdom's magician. The magician told her that by going to the sleeping forest and sleeping there for 100 years, she could attain the true peace of a silent slumber. Without hesitation, Aurora accepted the proposal and set out on her journey to the sleeping forest. Upon arriving in the sleeping forest, Aurora found a small cottage nestled amidst the beautiful woods. Inside, there was a worn-out bed with a single red rose placed upon it. Remembering the magician's words, Aurora lay down on the bed. As she drifted into a deep sleep, magical energy surrounded Aurora, and the creatures of the forest watched over her. For 100 years, Aurora slept soundly, her beauty unchanged. Then, one day after the passage of a century, the prince of the kingdom happened to visit the forest. He entered the cottage and found Aurora sleeping. Captivated by her beauty, he kissed her lips. Suddenly, Aurora awoke. She found the prince and expressed her gratitude to him. The prince, enchanted by her, decided to bring Aurora back to the kingdom. The people of the kingdom rejoiced upon learning of Aurora's awakening and welcomed her as the beautiful princess of the land. Aurora, having experienced the sleeping forest, brought peace and tranquility to the kingdom. Thus, the sleeping beauty, Aurora, was revived, and her story was passed down throughout the kingdom. Aurora continued to be a guardian of the kingdom, spreading love and peace wherever she went. Title: Adventures of the Flying Ship. One day, a young boy named John decided to pursue his dreams of becoming a crew member on a flying ship. He prepared himself to work as a crew member by scheduling an interview with the ship's captain. The captain, known as Captain Adventurous, was famous for exploring the world in search of unknown islands and treasures. John was drawn to the captain's adventurous spirit and courage, and he sincerely wished to become one of his crew members. On the day of the interview, John made his way to the captain's quarters. The captain explained to John the significance of adventure and the role of crew members in detail. Then, he asked John, "If you truly want to join the adventure of the flying ship, it's important to first know yourself. Do you have the courage to look into your own heart and pursue your dreams and hopes?" Reflecting on his own thoughts, John resolved to look into his heart and muster the courage to pursue his dreams and hopes. Impressed by John's determination, the captain welcomed him as a crew member. Thus, John embarked on various adventures with the captain while undergoing training as a crew member. They set sail into the skies aboard the flying ship, journeying to distant horizons. In their first adventure, John and the captain encountered a fierce storm. The ship rocked in the midst of enormous waves, and the crew momentarily panicked. However, John followed the captain's instructions and acted calmly. He encouraged the crew members and guided the ship to safety. In their next adventure, John and the captain explored an unknown island rumored to house ancient ruins and valuable treasures. Upon reaching the island, they faced challenging traps and enemy traps while searching for treasures. They united and helped each other while unraveling the mysteries of the island. Through various adventures, the captain and John overcame difficulties and grew. They deepened their bonds with their comrades and challenged themselves beyond their limits. Eventually, John, having gained experience as a flying ship crew member, became a captain himself. He gathered new companions and continued the adventures of the flying ship. For John, the adventures as a flying ship crew member were like a dream. With the courage to know himself and pursue his dreams and hopes, he embarked on a journey beyond the skies.